what we have here is the Traxxas 3.3 motor. What we're going to do today is we're going to take it apart, and I'm going to show you how to do it. A lot of people are scared to break into it just because it's a little motor, a very low tolerance on everything inside, which is very true. And they have a little bit of anxiety when tearing into it. Well, that's normal. Me, I tear motors apart, all kinds, cars, tractors, lawnmowers, Doesn't scare me. We've done snowmobile 2-stroke, done motorcycle 2-stroke, 4-stroke, it doesn't matter. All engines are essentially the same, and as long as you take the simple precautions of keeping your pieces clean, keeping them oiled, not being too rough or tough with it, you shouldn't have any problems. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start tearing into it. Now, personally, I want to take off the carburetor first, just because it's the most delicate piece. Now, there is a nut there, and there is a size that goes to it. However, I don't use that. I just go ahead and I use my pliers. It doesn't need to be super tight. It's just a pinch bolt. As long as you have it seated in, the O-rings will do their job, and there's nothing to worry about. One nice little tap. Just remove the pinch bolt, and this carburetor comes right off. No problems. I'm going to go ahead and set that on our clean mat. Then we got the rest to look at. Well, I think the starter will be the next to go. It's easy to take off. It'll free up a lot of room. So we'll go ahead and go for that. What I'm going to do here is go and reach for the middle size of the Allen keys. If you're using these, it's the middle sized one. Comes with the truck. This is out of the T-Max with the 2-speed trans, all that cool stuff. I'm working on upgrading it, but right now I got some issues, so it's sitting down. And I thought I'd make a YouTube video. So we're going to go ahead and remove these 3 bolts. Just like so. A little bit of problem here. These bolts are a little long, but not too terribly long to just get out of the block. So you don't really have to take them all the way out, but if you're getting frustrated because one's still grabbing, yeah, go ahead and take them all the way out. That can be a bit of a problem. I've already had this starter off a few times. I know pretty much you don't have to take them all the way out, just a good measure. I mean, that's really close. It's not that far. That's safe. But like I said, you can take them out. It won't hurt nothing. Not like it's going to fall open. So then we're down to the basic. I am going to go ahead and start taking off the bell housing for our centrifugal force clutch. Now you will notice I do not have a stock clutch. And I wanted some more torque out of it. All I'm doing here is I'm pushing off this E-clip. I'm sure there's a better tool or a better way to do this. You can go ahead and comment on this video. I know I've lost E-clips doing it this way, so just be very careful if you're looking on doing this on a budget. And like I said, I'm tearing in only because I want to show people it's nothing to be scared of. Bell housing comes off. It's not unusual for the bearing to stay. It's no big problem. All the trucks I've taken apart brand new, that bearing stays. But there you go. That's my centrifugal force clutch. You may have noticed some crap in there. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm making this video. I got downtime. I gotta buy that O-ring. So this is my clutch. I like the 3-piece clutch better than the plastic 2-piece clutch, and each one has its own spring, as you may see here. They each have their own spring, and I will say this does grab significantly better than the stock clutch. It has significant longer life. Another thing is that you get burrs on it because they are aluminum. And you can probably see a little bit of sanding marks there. I just scraped the burrs off. But I love it. Works good. Was well worth the $20. Came with all three shoes, all three springs, and this backing plate, a new nut, and a new brass piece for the back, which I will show you once I tear into that. Let's check our time limit here. Alright, I got a couple more minutes. This will be a multi-piece segment on engine teardown. Now what I'm going to do here, you may not have this clutch, but if you installed it, you know how it works. You just pull these off. The springs pretty much stay with the shoe pretty easily. We're going to go ahead and set that on our clean mat, and we're going to do the other two exactly the same. Just like so. Just pop right off. And for people who don't know how to install those new clutch pieces, I will show you in my reassemble video. Now right here, you can take off this nut. I believe the stock wrench fits. No, that's. Well, anyway, I got a little ratchet here. 8mm, takes it off, no problem. It's also the same as your glow plug size, so that wrench would do it had it had a deep enough well. I don't keep it super tight, once again. And I did just have this engine apart, so things will not be completely tightened down. You may see I have pretty well ease of taking this apart. That pops right up. Now with the original, they torque the hell out of that nut. They really do. But I don't, and I made that about as tight as I usually would. I don't have any rings on here, so I know this piece isn't slipping. So you don't have to go hog wild. That is a tapered fit for a reason. They want that on there good. They want the fit good. But if you gotta tighten the hell out of that, how the hell are you gonna get it off without fucking up this shaft or fucking up the piston? There's no way to. So you don't want it too tight, but you want it tight enough to grab. It's kind of a line you have to learn yourself. If you're worried, just make it tight. Just tighten it down as much as you can. Now, I didn't have this problem with the original one, but this one is a very, very tight fit. So I'm just taking the little flat head here, and you gotta open it up, pry it off, and then once you get it over the threads, it pretty much comes right off, like so. Put that in our clean plate. So now what are we down to? Pretty much basic block assembly after this point. I still have the mount on there, but I don't take that off until I have the head off. Now you say, okay, she's naked. What's next? Well, obviously, we gotta take off the head. Check on our time here. That's about all the time we have. Look for our second segment photo, or our second video segment.